If you have ever noticed a funky smell coming from your sink and could not figure out where it was coming from, there is a good chance you have an illegal S-trap lurking right under your cabinet. Most homeowners have no idea this is even a thing. But after over 25 years of fixing other people's plumbing, I can tell you it is one of the most common code violations I run into. Today, I am walking you through 7 clear signs that you have an illegal S-trap in your home. Number 6 is the one that catches almost everyone off guard, and stick around for a bonus tip at the end that could save you from a seriously expensive repair. The first sign you need to check for is the visible S-shaped curve under the sink. This is the most straightforward way to know what you are dealing with, and all it takes is opening your cabinet door and looking. A legal P-trap has a curved section that dips down and then connects horizontally to a pipe going into the wall. The shape loosely resembles the letter P on its side. An S-trap, on the other hand, curves down, comes back up, and then goes straight back down again into the floor. That second downward turn is what creates the S shape, and it is exactly what makes it illegal under modern plumbing codes. The reason this matters is not just about paperwork or passing an inspection. That S shape creates a siphon effect. When water flows through it, the momentum of the water rushing down can actually pull the water seal right out of the trap. That water seal is the only thing standing between your living space and the sewer gases sitting in your drain pipes. Without it, you have got an open pathway for methane, hydrogen sulfide, and other nasty gases to come right up into your home. So grab a flashlight, open up that cabinet, and trace the pipe from your sink drain downward. If it curves down, comes back up, and then drops down again into the floor, you are looking at an S-trap. It really is that simple to spot once you know what to look for. The second sign that gives away an illegal S-trap is a sewer gas smell coming from the drain. This is usually the symptom that gets people searching for answers in the first place. You walk into the bathroom or the kitchen and catch a whiff of something that smells like rotten eggs or raw sewage, and no matter how much you clean, it keeps coming back. Here is what is actually happening. Every time you run a good amount of water through an S-trap, the rushing water siphons the trap seal dry. Once that water seal is gone, sewer gases have a free pass into your house. With a properly vented P-trap, air enters the system through the vent pipe and breaks that siphon, keeping the water seal intact. But an S-trap does not have that advantage. Some people try running water every few days to refill the trap, and that can work temporarily, but it is a bandage on a code violation, not a fix. If you are smelling sewer gas from any drain in your house, especially one that sits unused, for a few days at a time, get under there and check the trap configuration. Odds are good you are going to find that telltale S shape. The third sign to watch for is gurgling sounds after the water drains. This one is easy to miss if you are not paying attention, but once you hear it, you will not be able to ignore it. After you let a sink full of water go, or even just run the faucet for a while, listen carefully. If you hear a distinct gurgling or bubbling noise coming from the drain after the water's gone, that is the sound of air being pulled through the trap as the siphon effect takes hold. Think of it like the sound a bottle makes when you turn it upside down and the water glugs out. Air is trying to replace the water, and that creates the gurgling. In a properly vented drain system, air flows in from the vent pipe quietly and smoothly, and you never hear a thing. But when there is no vent and the trap is configured in that S shape, the air has to force its way through the water seal, and that is exactly what produces the noise. That gurgling is essentially the sound of your trap seal being compromised. It is not just annoying, it is your plumbing telling you something is wrong with the drain configuration. Now, if this kind of practical plumbing knowledge is something you want more of, I have written a guide called 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes that will save you $10,000. It is packed with repairs you can do yourself this weekend without calling a plumber. Scan the QR code right now or check the first link below. All right, let us continue. The fourth sign you are dealing with an illegal S-trap is slow draining that keeps coming back. Everybody has dealt with a slow drain at some point, and usually you can clear it with a good cleaning or a drain snake and move on. But if the same sink keeps draining slowly, no matter what you do, and you have already ruled out clogs and buildup, the problem might not be a blockage at all. It might be a venting issue caused by the S-trap configuration. Here is the mechanics behind it. When water drains through a properly vented system, air flows in through the vent pipe and allows water to move freely and quickly through the drain. Without that vent, the water has to fight against a partial vacuum as it moves through the pipe. That creates resistance, and the result is water that drains noticeably slower than it should. You clean the trap out, it seems fine for a day or two, and then the sluggish draining starts all over again. This is one of those signs that drives homeowners crazy, because they think they have a chronic clog problem when really they have a chronic venting problem. If you have snaked a drain multiple times and the slow draining always returns, look at the trap. If it is an S-trap with no vent, you have found your culprit. The fifth sign to look for is no vent pipe connected to the drain line. This is where we move from symptoms to root cause. Every plumbing fixture in your house is supposed to have a vent that connects to the drain system and eventually leads up through the roof. That vent pipe does two critical jobs. It allows sewer gases to escape safely above the roof line instead of into your home, and it allows air into the drain system so water flows properly without siphoning your trap seals. When you look at a P-trap under a sink, you should see the horizontal arm leaving the trap and going into the wall, where it connects to a drain line that has a vent tied into it. With an S-trap, the pipe leaves the trap and goes straight down into the floor with no horizontal arm and no visible vent connection anywhere. Some older homes have S-traps that were installed decades ago when codes were different, or simply not enforced the way they are today. The plumber at the time may not have had a wall connection available, so they ran the drain straight down and called it done. If you can trace your drain pipe from the trap and it goes directly into the floor without any branch connecting to a vent, that is a major red flag. No vent means the trap cannot function correctly, and that is precisely why S-traps are prohibited under the Uniform Plumbing Code and the International Plumbing Code in virtually every jurisdiction across the country. The sixth sign, and this is the one most people never think about, is when the drain goes straight down into the floor. This is a structural giveaway that practically guarantees an S-trap situation. In a standard sink installation, the drain exits the trap horizontally and enters the wall, connecting to the drainage and vent system inside the wall cavity. But in certain situations, that wall connection simply does not exist. This is extremely common in older homes built before the 1960s. In basement utility sinks where the drain connects directly to a floor drain or below slab pipe, and in kitchen island sinks where there is no wall nearby to run a horizontal drain into. When the only option is to drain straight down into the floor, the pipe has to make that second downward turn after the trap, and that automatically creates the S-trap configuration. Some homeowners look at this and think it looks normal, because it has always been that way in their house. But just because it has been there for 30 years does not mean it is up to code. If your drain pipe exits the bottom of the trap and goes straight down into the floor rather than horizontally into the wall, you almost certainly have an S-trap. The fix usually involves adding a mechanical vent, sometimes called an air admittance valve, or reconfiguring the drain to connect to a properly vented line. Either way, it is worth addressing before it causes bigger problems. The seventh and final sign is a failed plumbing inspection or code violation notice. This is the one that tends to hit people at the worst possible time, usually when they are trying to sell their home, refinance, or pull a permit for a renovation. Hire an inspector. They go through the house, and right there in the report it says code violation, S-trap present at one or more fixtures. Suddenly, a $5 piece of pipe that has been sitting under your sink for decades is holding up a real estate transaction or adding items to your repair list. Home inspectors are specifically trained to look for S-traps because they are one of the most common plumbing code violations in residential properties. Even if your S-trap has never given you a single problem, no smell, no gurgling, no slow drains, it is still illegal under current code, and it will still get flagged. And here is the thing. If one fixture has an S-trap, there is a very good chance others in the house do too, especially if the same plumber did all the original work. So if you have gotten a notice or you are preparing for an inspection, do yourself a favor and check every sink, every laundry drain, and every basement fixture in the house. Finding them yourself and fixing them ahead of time is a whole lot cheaper and less stressful than dealing with it during a closing. All right, here is the bonus tip that pros actually use and most homeowners have never heard of. If you have confirmed you have an S-trap and you cannot easily reconfigure the drain to run horizontally into the wall, there is a code-approved solution that works in most jurisdictions. It is called an air admittance valve, or AAV for short. This is a small mechanical device that attaches to your drain line right after the trap. It opens up to let air in when water flows, which prevents the siphon effect, and then it closes when the water stops to keep sewer gases from escaping. You can pick one up at any hardware store for around $15 to $20, and installing it is a straightforward job that most handy homeowners can do in under an hour. The key is placement. The AAV needs to be installed at least 4 inches above the horizontal branch drain, and it has to be accessible, meaning you cannot bury it inside a wall. Under the cabinet is usually the perfect spot. One important note, though. Not every local code allows air admittance valves, so check with your local building department before you install one. Most areas that follow the International Plumbing Code do allow them, but some jurisdictions that follow the Uniform Plumbing Code are stricter about it. A quick phone call can save you from replacing one code violation with another. That wraps it up. If this was useful, you will love the full book. 50 step-by-step plumbing fixes with diagrams, all in one guide. Link is below. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next video. Thanks for watching.